Welcome to the show that literally dishes the dirt.
Roots out all the rubbish.
And minimises the mess.
And takes to task all of those houses behaving badly.
Our top designer Kevin can bring a touch of style to any space. Then there's Stuart. When it comes to DIY, he's the Don. And I'm Stephanie, taking the time to come gunning for your grime.
And on today's programme, we're showing you how to strike the balance when your other half isn't pulling their weight.
So let's see just whose house is behaving badly. Frank Amos is 37 and lives here in Binley near Coventry with partner Gary Cameron, who's 36. Frank is a bingo caller and admits to having a full house, of clutter that is. When it comes to housekeeping, Frank and Gary are at opposite ends of the spectrum. Frank likes his house messy, whilst Gary is very tidy. Gary's mum Helen travels down from Scotland once a month to help the boys, but they still argue about keeping on top of the housework.
It's 7:30 in the morning and I don't think Frank and Gary are even up yet. But before we knock on the door and give them that big surprise, let's hear from those who set them up.
He laughs and jokes about, and he's a really, really nice person. He'll do anything for anybody.
He's a great lad. I've always wanted two sons, so now I've got two sons. He always called me mum right for the first day I met him.
Well, if any cleaning's to be done, it's Gary that does it.
Sometimes I do get a bit annoyed with Frank because he's throwing his clothes everywhere. I'm like going behind him like a mother hen sort of thing, trying to pick everything up.
The settee is always usually in a mess, the tapes and everything lying on the floor.
The bathroom is an absolute disaster. We have a leaky tap which we've had now for about a year. It's actually made a stain on the bath.
And I've always got to clean in the pan because I make a mess.
Well, I reckon we can get Gary and Frank to mend their ways, but are they going to appreciate us knocking at their door so early?
Hello, Frank.
Yeah.
I'm Stephanie from BBC TV's Houses Behaving Badly. Come here. How are you?
Fine. Okay.
I've been told that you're almost too messy to live with. In fact, you've been letting your house get away with murder. But you're lucky we're here to help.
Right.
So here's the deal. We're going to spend £500 putting your house in order. All right?
Right.
But you're going to have to leave us to it. Hand us the keys. Have a look at that. And read it out.
Frank, we know you and Gary both love fish. Well, today you're taking the plunge on a fish adventure that won't leave you all at sea.
Does that sound a bit fishy to you, or are you up for the deal?
No, I'm up for the deal.
Are you? That's great, because you're off to Midland's top sea life centre. But you've got 10 minutes to get yourself ready, stash anything you don't want us to see. Grab your coat and your bag.
10
Come
minutes.
on, time's ticking. Off you go.
And so as Frank recovers from the shock of our early morning call, let's take a quick look around his badly behaved house. And straight away we can see that Frank and Gary's bedroom needs our attention. The living room is crammed full of dust-gathering ornaments, and I bet they haven't been cleaned in years.
I need some socks in the drawer.
I hope Frank's socks are cleaner than his bathroom. It needs a good scrub and a lot of elbow grease to make this bathtub gleam. But that's our job, and with Gary and Frank heading off, we're on a mission to put things right.
Have a great day.
Hopefully. There's my keys.
Thank you. We're going to take the plunge in here.
You'll need it.
Bye. See you. Bye.
Frank is a tropical fish fanatic, and so we've organised for him a day at Birmingham Sea Life Centre. It's a passion he's had all his life, and he reckons fish are the perfect pets.
I've always had a love of tropical fish. They're just lazy like me. They've got no cares in the world, and they're just very, very relaxing to watch and look at, and it's all stemmed from there. And I'd like to get myself one day a big stand-up tank like you see in the shops with all the bubbles and everything else, and that would be a main centrepiece in my living room.
Well, I think Mum Helen might have beaten us to it.
What makes you think that?
Well, it's actually
far
not
too
too
clean for my
bad.
liking. Look at the colours drying from Steph's face. You're upset, aren't you, Steph? There's nowhere to clean.
Well, hang
no
on.
vinegar in here.
No,
that's for
no,
sure.
no, because there are areas like, look, under the
Oh, I
cushions.
thought you'd find something.
I'm going to have a quick look. You know, this is areas which get missed.
Yeah.
clean on the surface, but maybe let me just have a check.
Oh, you're scraping the barrel.
Oh, look, little bits and pieces. I think there are some areas which I can clean, and one of those is going to be up here, because these are notorious dust gatherers. Look at that. You see, with my keen eye, there are areas which I can always find
Is there nothing that can stop this lady?
Nothing.
What I'm thinking, for me, basically, it looks really neat, like someone's taken a huge time and effort to put everything up. Like, the ornaments seem to have the place. Everything seems to be positioned the way they like it. Now, I think if you look, for example, at that table, that's a problem because that's an access point, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
Frank's obviously the one that does no work, and Gary does all the... And there's a few things that he's got right, like these glass cabinets, for example. These are great because the dust is kept off all the ornaments, and whether you like them or not, that's a good labour-saving tip. But, for example, these pigs here, I mean, they're notorious gatherers of dust as well, so that's only adding to his housework.
So we need to find something, Steph. Some dust somewhere.
I'll be busy, don't worry. Small.
It's a bit, isn't it? it's all a bit like nondescript and Spartan as well. I think it really needs to be jazzed up. We need to get some accessories in there.
Yeah, it's bland, isn't it?
Yeah.
But actually, the suite's in quite good condition, so it'll clean up very nicely. But what does alarm me is this big stain here on the bath. Look, that's the hot tap dripping away. It's been doing that for years, and that's money down the drain.
You've got all of this as well. We need to get some storage for this. I can't see any storage in there at all. I mean,
No, they're just dust gathering surfaces, aren't they?
that's right.
Shower curtains also.
Leaves a little bit to be desired.
Right.
Let's get out of here.
Come on then. Oh, I wondered where you were.
I'm just having a look around. It's actually quite a nice room.
Yes, but I think this belongs up here.
No, not my room, it doesn't.
Oh.
Go on, get it out.
I'll find a cupboard for it.
Excellent. And talking of cupboards, we've got some really good storage. I mean, this is kind of like a 60s build house. So it's got a lot of hidden storage, which I like. And I'm going to match this kind of wood effect in over here. The problem with this room, for me, is there's conflicting patterns and conflicting colours.
Yeah.
So I think we need to kind of stable all that out by painting maybe a two-tone kind of scheme.
The problem with it for me is that Helen hasn't been in here. So the lads have got all their clothes all over the floor.
Yeah.
There's dust on top of the television. All these high surfaces here have got a nice layer of dust.
Nobody sees it.
I do, and it's not right.
You're absolutely right, yep.
I'm very untidy. I throw things everywhere. It's just a habit of like, you're getting ready now, do things now. It's like everything thrown about all over the floor, and I always forget to pick things up. And generally, I see myself as an untidy person.
And that's why we've sent you away for the day, Frank, so we can get to grips with your badly behaved house.
So what are we going to do then, guys?
Where do we start?
We start in here, and I think that's a tweak. Definitely for me, there's no point really in wasting time. We've got one day only.
Yeah.
And I think upstairs in the big bedroom, we've got a lot to do.
Yeah.
So I'd kind of like to concentrate on here. You know, we'll kind of move things around and basically just sort out.
There's not really anything major to do here, is there? I mean, like
Make
so
it
it's
more
just a tweak.
cosy.
Yeah, definitely. And then upstairs, I mean, I'll give you a hand with some of the stuff in the bedroom.
Because I've got a headboard I want done,
Yeah.
which is pretty impressive. I mean, it's we're not talking our standard plain old boring one.
Ooh, I feel a Kevin Allen deluxe coming along.
I don't even make my head swell.
Excellent.
And
And then
you've
the
got
bathroom, I mean,
bits and
it's
pieces in
yeah,
there,
I mean,
haven't you?
it's quite compact in the bathroom, but I think there's certain storage issues that needs to be addressed and just make it look a bit more lively.
A bit more character.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, should we go and get changed?
Let's
get cracking?
go.
ahead.
Come on. Stuart, bathroom. Kevin, bedroom. I'm going to get stuck in here. Go on.
I love it when she gets
Scram.
bossy.
It's estimated that men do on average between 5 and 7 hours of housework per week, but in some households, no names mentioned, that figure's obviously going to be much lower.
After you.
Get out of the way.
Go on. And you get.
There's actually a lot more stuff than I thought.
It is actually. You're right there.
This is like a comedy moment. I'm not even funny.
It's very romantic.
And while we continue to box up Frank and Gary's prized possessions, the lads themselves have arrived at Birmingham's Sea Life Centre, home to thousands of different fish and sea creatures. And with more than 400 species on display, this is fish heaven for Frank.
Look at that. Oh, wicked. Look at the size of them. I bet you get a few lunches out of that one, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, look at the eyes on that. It's like it's got human eyes. Look. Oh. Look, spotted catfish, leopard catfish.
Oh, yeah.
That one looks like it's had collagen lip implants. Did you see it?
Fish fanatic Frank is a real-life Dr. Dolittle. He really can talk to the animals.
Hello. Hello.
Move your finger moves back and forward with you.
Oh, look at the colours on it.
These rare seahorses are one of the centre's special attractions.
They hold on to like rocks and things like that.
It moves itself.
Yeah, it moves with its...
Got a little fin at the back.
Yeah.
It just goes back and forward.
It moves with its tail. So...
Yeah.
Nice though, aren't they?
Those mackerel won't be going on to somebody's toes.
While the boys marvel at the marine life, we're getting the lowdown on their cleaning habits.
So, Helen, whose ornaments would these be?
Frank's.
They're Frank's?
Yes.
And is it Gary who does most of the housework, isn't
Well,
it?
when he's here, yeah.
So
I do it when I'm down here all the time.
And what sort of state is the house in when you usually arrive?
A mess, especially the bedroom.
And dusty?
Dusty, very dusty.
And between your visits, would they do anything at all, do you think?
No, not a lot. Maybe Hoover, that's it.
Right.
Hoover up, that's it.
And that's Gary who does that?
Yeah.
So Frank probably wouldn't even know
He
where the
wouldn't
vacuum
know,
cleaner lived?
No.
Sorry to interrupt, folks. Thought I could hear chatting. Helen, I need to borrow you immediately upstairs in the bedroom.
Okay.
Okay, Helen, master bedroom.
Yeah.
And you look like a lady who knows
Well,
what
I hope
she's
so
talking
anyway.
about.
Yeah,
so
I
what I
hope
want
so.
to ask you about is basically Frank and Gary both sleep in here, don't
Yes.
they?
Yes.
And I want to have a kind of quite sort of contemporary, modern feel to this room. I really like this room. I like the size and scale. But
Yeah.
apparently you're going to do something
Well,
with
I'm
it.
hoping to get a petition so Gary can have his computer either that end or that end,
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay, well that's perfect. That's perfect for me because I can get on with this. What
Right,
we're going to do
okay.
here with these struts is build a large headboard.
Okay.
So we're going to remove this one, and I think this will be perfect as a sort of snug sleeping.
Right.
You know, quite
Then
stylish.
make the computer this
yeah.
end. That don't bother. That'd
Quite
be great.
stylish and
Yeah.
minimalist and nice and sleek.
Right.
I've made a bit of an executive decision here. It wasn't part of the original plan, but this pedestal here, it's really not the best, as you can see. It's I mean, for a start, it's not exactly very practical. You can't get your feet under it, and it doesn't look very nice. So I think I'm going to have to rip that out, and I'm going to make a new one out of MDF, and I'm going to paint it up using this rather fetching terracotta colour, which I'm also going to be using for the side panel of the bath. And I decided on this because we've got these tiles, which actually I don't think are too bad, and you've got the feature tiles, which are terracotta, and so I think this should tie in quite well. But back to the bit which I like best, which is smashing away.
Actually, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I've just used the toilet and not washed my hands. I'm actually demonstrating a scenario that could happen in this or indeed any home across the UK. The staircase, or in fact the banister, is what I would actually call the highway of ill health. By that I mean it's basically a germ transfer system around the home. You could use the toilet or say sneeze on your hands and then touch the banisters, and another member of the family could then come downstairs, use the banisters and transfer the germs. So it's really important to clean them hygienically as part of your weekly cleaning routine. And that I'm about to do with my good old trusty vinegar spray. It's a great job. They often get neglected because they're not a dust-trapping surface as such. But if I give it a good polish here, I think you'll see, just from that little bit alone, the dirt that comes out.
And if you have to do all the housework with no help from your partner, here are my tips on speed cleaning. Prepare your cleaning equipment, have the vacuum on standby and put on 20 minutes worth of your favourite music. Start at the doorway and move clockwise around the room, dusting and cleaning as you go. Use both hands, a duster in each. A good cleaner should be ambidextrous. Before you put your tools and supplies away, check to see if your vacuum needs emptying and refill your cleaning products in readiness for next time. Frank and Gary are finding that there are different creatures at every turn at the Sea Life Centre. Gulliver is a giant green turtle, and at 50 years old, he's still a youngster.
Right, so it seems all the other fish are swimming along with him.
Well, I suppose that's like for their protection thing, isn't it?
Frank's in for a real treat as it soon will be feeding time for Gulliver. And on the menu today, salad and lots of it.
Okay, so when you're feeding them, you must keep your sort of fingers back, literally just hold it on the ends. Because they do have quite a nasty bite if they do get hold of you. Come on, Gulliver. This is Gulliver, who's the eldest of the two. Do come up and eat it. That's it.
Hello, mate. And is this what they're fed on every day, lettuce?
Yeah, they do get a few treats throughout the week, like little bits of fish or bits of squid, which they always like. Because in the wild, they'd normally graze on seaweeds and seagrasses, so this kind of synthesises a vegetarian diet that they might normally eat.
So would these survive now?
If they were re-released, they wouldn't survive. They don't know how to fend for themselves, and also their lives evolve a long migratory period to where they were normally hatched from onto a beach. But obviously, they don't know where they're from. They wouldn't know the areas at all. So
do you think they get to know you as well as a person?
I like to think so. But I think with Gulliver, whoever's got the food.
OK for some. There's no lunch break at the house where I'm discovering more dust.
I've cleared the surfaces and cracked on with the cleaning, and as I suspected, the hard surfaces, like the top of the mantelpiece, are all pretty much under control, thanks to Helen and Gary. But these textured areas are really dusty, and I'm using a dry paintbrush to get right between the cracks and get the dust out. Now you can see if you use a standard duster for this, it actually traps and leaves lint behind, which is really unsightly. Now you can also use these brushes here, look, on the bricks, which again are textured, and a vigorous brush from side to side will dislodge any dust there. And also on the coal effect on the fireplace. Now the duster again traps and leaves lint behind. It's very difficult to get between the undulations. So a simple brush and the dust vanishes.
And believe it or not, we are keeping these boxer plates. Frank described this living room as his mecca, so really we're not going to do much but clean it, and Steph's done a fantastic job. What I'm going to concentrate is on the bedroom, because we've got one day and we've got a lot of work to do here, and also we're going to sort out the bathroom. In the living room itself, it's perfectly set up for comfortable living, and it's got so many of their personal items that I just don't really want to touch it.
You caught me at it. I think Kev's already mentioned to you about the majestic floor-to-ceiling headboard that we're going to be creating. Going to really give us a sense of grandeur up in the bedroom. This is cherry MDF veneer. It's going to really complement some of the furniture that we've got in there. Now, what I'm going to be doing, I've put 3 lots of 2x1 battens on the wall. We're going to be attaching this to that. We're going to have a big 3-foot wide piece in the centre, and then to either side, you're going to have 2-foot wide pieces. And I think it's going to create a really wonderful look for us up there, going to say, give us a real sense of grandeur. And then what we're going to go for as well is we've got this teak oil. Now, this is going to bring up the natural grain of the wood perfectly. You're going to see all the little subtle nuances that you can get here in the grain of the wood. You've got to be careful when you're doing this. Make sure you can apply it quite liberally, but ensure that you go right the way along the grain of the wood. As I say, it brings it all up perfectly and should create a lovely look for our headboard.
And to complement the headboard, Kevin's changing the colour of the bedroom. He's using a luxurious thick emulsion in natural tones. That leaves me to tackle the bathroom.
Well, I'm very pleased how this stain's come out. All the lime scale was stuck to the side of the bath because of the dripping tap. But we've got another problem here in the plug hole. The water's draining away really slowly, and it could be to do with all the fluff in the plug hole. But I think there's a blockage further down. And for that, I've got a great tip. In fact, it's my most favourite tip. And you just need some bicarbonate of soda and sprinkle that liberally into the plug hole. And on top of that, pour on some white vinegar. And the fizzing action will go right down the pipe and clear it.
That looks beautiful.
Thank you very much.
So this is the last panel of a headboard, and I have to say that cherry veneer has come up absolutely
It has come up
beautiful.
fantastic. Look at the detailing.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
I mean, I love it, and I picked it specifically just because of this crazy pattern.
Yeah.
So, well done. So
you.
this is part of our triptych, which is going behind the bed.
Yep.
Let's get up there.
No, this is the tough bit. Come on in.
Was there any problems with it?
No, not at all, actually.
Yeah.
It's been fine.
It's a bit of a struggle getting Kev's design upstairs, but once his final piece of the headboard has been cajoled into position and bolted to the back wall, the full effect of his dynamic design will be seen.
What's great to see is the veneer in its sort of natural state as opposed to the oil state. Makes a huge difference. And I'm glad now we've got all three up, we can see, because I can kind of explain. Basically what I wanted was a huge large panelled wood section in the room, which ties in with the original storage, which is that kind of orangey 60s cupboards. But if you notice as well, they've got a shadow gap on them. There's nothing really important about a shadow gap apart from a design point of view, and that breaks up the wood. So
definitely.
I'm going to let you get on because I'm going to go and sort out downstairs.
Okay, mate. You go for it.
Excellent.
The gap between the headboard panels will create another shadow gap, mirroring the one on the wardrobes. But why is it that Stu and Kev get all the good jobs whilst I get all the smelly ones?
Shoes with synthetic soles like these don't allow your feet to breathe and often trap odour. And rumour has it, in fact Helen's told me, that Frank's got really smelly feet. And I must say I tend to agree, but I've got a great tip for him to keep it under control. All you need is some bicarbonate of soda and simply sprinkle it into the shoe, shake it about and leave it overnight. It's a natural odour absorber, so overnight it will work away, trap the odour, but make sure you remember to vacuum it out before you put your feet in.
And it'll work just as well for the Wellington boots Frank's getting into back at the Sea Life Centre.
And on with the glove, because it's feeding time with the otters.
This is the outside part of the enclosure. We've got a big swimming pool for them, little stream. We'll go over to here to feed them.
Okay. And how often do you feed these?
They get fed 4 times a day, and that's mainly to keep them active throughout the day because they're a bit like cats. If you give them one big feed, they'll eat that and then they'll go and sleep for the rest of the day. We like to get in with them. It keeps them sociable. I mean, if one of them had an injury, it's a lot easier for us to then come in, check he's okay, because otherwise they'll try and attack you, which is one of the reasons why we wear wellies, just to protect our legs a bit. They're going for you there a bit.
Yes.
But they're just incredibly inquisitive. That's the only reason why they come up to you, sniff you, give you a little nibble, see what you taste like.
They're like little hands.
Yeah, they're
like
almost
human hands.
primate-like, yeah, but they're not primates. You see, they'll use their hands now to rummage through all the rocks down here for any little bits of food they can find.
They're absolutely adorable. But I'd love to take one home, but unfortunately I can't.
No, I think you'd find yourself lacking a few fingers.
That was a brilliant experience for me. The otters were absolutely amazing, and feeding them, it was just absolutely wonderful. The turtles were so peaceful and, you know, just swam around so elegantly. It was just an honour to feed them too, and if the experience ever arose again, I would certainly jump at the chance to do it again.
Well, Frank thinks he's on his way home, but we've another treat in store and a chance for him to meet the fish of his dreams. As for me, things are about to start speeding up.
I'm on a mission today to help Gary find ways of saving the time he spends on the housework. As you know, naughty Frank doesn't help. First things first, putting on your rubber gloves quickly. And a great tip is to use some talcum powder. Your hands just slide in like that. Now, I'm going to run through speed cleaning the bathroom because I hope you'll get some inspiration from it. First thing you have to do, shoes and socks off, because you're getting straight into the bath. Make sure the bottom's not wet and not slippy. And then 2 cloths. You're going to use both hands, your vinegar spray, and start right from the top. Spray the tiles above the shower head. Both hands. Wipe away. Get the work done doubly quick. Then let's take the shower head off. The vinegar will help dislodge any of the watermarks. And a clean of the shower head itself. And of the hose. And of the pipe here. Pop that back. Right, so working my way down to the bath now. And here you actually have permission to get out of the bath. Get your cleaning stuff out, which you've got nicely assembled in a bucket, so everything's to hand. I'll And we're going to rinse all the tiles off and the shower. And this will also start to wet your bath, so cleaning's going to be easier. And incidentally, if you clean after having had a hot shower or a bath, the steam that's already in the room will help release the grease and the grime, will make it much easier to clean, make your job much easier. And finally, last thing, a polish up with a dry cloth or an old t-shirt. Shine around the rim first. Polish the sides, again getting all those drips of water off which leave hard water deposits. And hey presto, your bathroom's done. It's hot work, but it's well worth it because you clean in half the time.
We've driven Frank and Gary 60 miles up the M6 to visit one of the North's biggest aquatic retailers. Frank's looking to buy something special for his aquarium, but with so much to choose from, he's going to have difficulty making up his mind.
Oh look, some angelfish. We had one of them, but it died, didn't it, unfortunately?
Yeah, I can't look after these very well.
No.
Frank's clearly spoilt for choice, and so he's asked expert John Whitehead for advice.
In this tank we've got platies and we've got clown loaches. Both are suitable for community aquariums, very sort of peaceful fish, very hardy, easy to keep, very minimal maintenance really on them. Fit into your aquarium very easily there.
So what would be the best way of transporting these home?
Or what we do, I'd catch them, I'd pop them in a bag for you, and that they'll be okay for a few hours and they're where you go.
Easier said than done.
When you get the bag home, you need to float the bag on top of the water for half an hour, and then slowly mix some of your aquarium water into our aquarium water, and then again leave it for another half hour, and then release them into the aquarium. And just checking on them hourly just to make sure they're fine.
I think I'll call the cleaner one of the fishes, Stephanie. What do you guys think?
We think you might need a bigger fish tank than this, Frank. Stephanie and friends deserve a new home, which is why we've chosen this top-of-the-range aquarium as our competition prize. Frank said that he'd love a full-size aquarium for his living room, and if he can answer one simple question, it could be his.
Hello?
Hello, Frank.
Hello, Stephanie.
So it's competition time, and it's your chance to win something we think you'd really like. But you have to answer this question.
I'll try my best.
Right. What is the official term for the study of fish? Is it A, paleontology, B, etiology, or C, ichthyology?
I think I'll go with C.
Right, well look, I can't tell you at the moment whether you've answered that correctly or not. You'll just have to wait and see when you get home.
Okay.
I look forward to it.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. We'll leave Frank on tenterhooks whilst we put the finishing touches to his living room.
Up a bit to the right, just a fraction.
Is that right?
That's better. Yep.
Nice one. So this room actually wasn't in a bad state, and so there wasn't really an awful lot for us to do other than Steph doing her usual beavering away, cleaning away there. So we thought we'd display some of Gary and Frank's personal effects and make it seem a bit more homely. Steph, what are you doing?
Well, when I dusted this dresser, I found all these little fine scratches on it, but nothing that these freshly shelled Brazil nuts can't help with. When you cut them into their oils, help repair these scratches by, if you rub them on, they penetrate the scratch and help cover it over. All you need to do is buff it up, and they're gone. A great tip, and they taste great too.
And here are a few other ways in which you can use foodstuffs to help you clean around the house. Believe it or not, you can use bananas to clean your houseplants. Don't throw the skin away, just rub the soft inside pith on the leaves to remove dust and add shine at the same time. Polish up your silver by soaking it in leftover boiled potato water. The starch in the solution is a very effective silver cleaner and will leave your items shiny. Freshen your clothes by making a pomander just like Grandma used to. Take a whole orange, stud it all over with cloves and hang for a couple of weeks from a ribbon in your wardrobe. We've cracked on and there's not much left to do but add the final finishing touches. The bedroom is clutter-free for the first time in years, and in the living room I'm giving the TV one last wipe over with a solution of 1 part fabric conditioner to 4 parts water. When applied with a soft cloth, it cuts down the static that attracts the dust.
We're here in Gary and Frank's bedroom, and I think we've exploited it to its full potential. What's great about it is it has existing 60s storage, which works really, really well, and is also extremely useful. That tied in with our panelling headboard, which we've done a cherry wood veneer, which looks great.
All right, that's got the blinds sorted. Now, we're tying in this whole scheme in this room with the tiles, and you've got these accent tiles here, the feature tiles that are terracotta, and so we decided to complement that with this terracotta blind. We've got the colours and the paints as well, so I think it just all gives it a bit more warmth in here. And also we're trying to make it a bit more of a functional bathroom as well. We finally put in a storage cabinet. We've got somewhere to have a shave, somewhere to hang your towel, and I think it just, the chrome accessories as well, it just gives us a bit more of a luxurious feel. And then finally, down here, we had the pedestal. If you remember before, it was in a right state and it came out a bit too far as well. So I made a new one out of MDF, and it just gives us a little bit more room to manoeuvre in what is a bit of a compact bathroom.
After a great day out, Frank's on his way home. What's he enjoyed the most?
Best things of my day today have been feeding the otters. To me, that was just a really, really exhilarating experience, and one that I hope to do again. The other things have been learning about the upkeep of fish, how to care for them properly and more professionally.
But will Frank learn the lessons we've got in store for him? When we arrived this morning, the first thing we encountered was Frank's very dusty living room. All of these ornaments needed a thorough clean, so I got to work and gave everything in sight a good going over. Access to this door was being blocked, so we freed up the area and made a feature of the table by placing it in the centre of the room. We rearranged the items on the dresser to make a stronger statement, and the prize fish tank will look great if Frank's got the competition right. The compact bathroom was transformed by painting the pedestal and the bath in this warm terracotta. We had to find somewhere for all those bottles and apply a lot of elbow grease to shift those stains, but when I'm in the house, everything comes up shining. We added a smart bathroom cabinet, a luxury blind, and cool chrome accessories. Frank's now got a proper shaving mirror and somewhere to hang his towels. We've created a more functional, properly coordinated bathroom. The lad's bedroom was by far the messiest, but we cleared it up and Kevin's fabulous design created a whole new look. We picked the dirty clothes up off the floor, stripped the linen from the bed and dressed it with a warm chocolate duvet. We totally decluttered the corner of the bedroom to make space for Gary's computer and chose a complementary colour scheme.
Corpse relaxing.
I'm absolutely bushed. I don't know about you, Steph, but I've been working hard.
Just gonna say, it's a triumph. And be all jolly about it, and you both look exhausted.
That's actually been an exhausting day.
Yeah.
I'm really happy though. I'm really happy that we've turned around that bedroom upstairs. So we've got it really looking like contemporary, cool, clean living space.
So stylish.
I have to agree, actually.
Yeah.
Maximum impact,
Yeah.
minimum effort for that headboard.
I mean, it's a cheap thing to do, but what you get is you get a real feeling of sort of expensiveness.
Yeah, definitely.
It does, yes,
Yeah.
deluxe.
Yeah. And the bathroom looks a bit better, but I think it just looks a bit more interesting. There's a few more features in there, sort of the terracotta warms it up.
Yeah.
I think a few tweaks in this room, and
Yeah.
it looks so much more homely.
It is surprising because all the same stuff has gone back in, but it's been placed in a different way. So literally, we've kind of sorted it out as well.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the whole thing, I think.
I think big thumbs up, your mission has been accomplished.
Thank you.
Gary and Frank are on their way back, so you can both scarper.
All right.
Oh, that's always the best part of the day. Go on, clear off and scram.
See you later, good luck.
Oh, I think I might just recline for a minute until they come back.
Frank and Gary are only a few minutes away and Frank's starting to feel a little anxious.
I'm really, really nervous now. I don't know what to expect. I'm just shaking a bit, but I think it's more in anticipation rather than nerves. At the moment, I've got giant butterflies that are doing somersaults, but I'm feeling good vibes at the moment, so hopefully they'll stay that way.
Well, Helen, you've been such a help today.
Thank you.
How do you think the day's gone?
Great.
Yeah?
Lovely, yeah.
Was it what you thought?
I had my doubts at first, as I say, but great.
What were you doubting about the most?
The emotion on the wallpaper.
Right.
Yeah, but when I went up and seen it the second time, it looked lovely.
Right.
Absolutely lovely. When he'll see it now, he'll cry. He'll cry.
Oh no!
He'll cry. Because it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It is, it's lovely.
The lads are finally home and there's just time for a quick chat before I show them what we've done.
Hi guys.
Hi, Steph.
Have you had a lovely day?
We have.
Oh yes, it's been great.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Yes.
Lots of fish.
It's been fun, lots of fish, lots of different things going on. It's been a wonderful experience.
And on the scale of 1 to 10, how hard are your hearts pumping now?
About 7, I'd say.
Mine's a bit more than that. Mine's about a 9.
About a 9.
At the
Come on.
moment.
I'm not going to leave you in suspense any longer. Come and have a look.
When Frank and Gary last saw the living room, it was hidden beneath a thick layer of dust. Now we've cleaned it up, will they recognise it?
Right then, after 3. 1, 2, 3. Right, so the first thing that you've got to notice is the fish tank there. Can you see it?
Yes, it's very nice.
Right, that is your competition prize that you've won for ichthyology. So you've got a Desres for your fish. Now, we've heard that you really like the style in here and it was sort of your mecca.
Yes.
Oh no, what's happening to you?
The fish tank.
So we've kept your design in here for you, and Kevin's just restyled it with your own accessories.
Yeah.
And we've just made it a little bit more homely. So all your own stuff.
Great.
Yeah.
And of course the plant gives that real
Yes.
touch of homeliness. Because we know you don't like flowers big time, do you?
Oh, no.
No.
But
No.
pot plants are all right.
Pot plants are all right, but not flowers.
Not flowers.
No.
So is it all right?
It's superb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah.
Really, really nice.
Good, that's really great. Now
Great.
listen, are you going to be all right to do a bit more?
Yeah.
I can feel you shaking. Let's go and have a look upstairs. Come with me.
Okay, thanks.
The bathroom was grimy and lacked storage. Now we've cleaned and restyled it. What will the lads think?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, wow. New bath.
Well, it's not quite a new bath. It's a cleaned bath. It's a
cleaned
new
bath.
improved bath, but it's the same
Oh, the
original
cabinet.
bath.
On the cabinet,
Yeah, what we've done is obviously you had your terracotta tiles, so we brought out the terracotta in the rest of the room with the shower curtain, side of the bath,
Oh, yes.
mat, and we've brought you a new pedestal, but it's sort of smaller, much more compact. You've got a little bit more space there.
Oh, a shaving mirror.
Yes,
Yeah.
shaving mirror, blind,
Cool. Really cool.
and then very cool chrome accessories. You've got your towel rail
Uh-huh.
over the radiator, and in the
Lovely.
corner there you've got your little tray by the shower.
Oh, great. Great. And is that a new shower head too?
No, cleaned.
Oh, it's nice and clean. Oh, right, okay, gosh, it looks different. It's amazing what you can do, isn't it?
Do you know, the power of cleaning never ceases to amaze me.
No.
So what do I need to do to get you lads to clean between your mum's visits a bit more? Especially you, Frank.
Yes.
Yes, Gary's going, yes. Because you do the most of the cleaning,
Yes,
don't
yeah,
you?
most of it, yeah.
And
Oh,
does
I'll
it
see that.
inspire you a little bit more to see it clean, to see actually what it could look like clean?
Oh, yes.
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 Definitely, yeah.
Oh, my word, yes.
And you might love it a little bit more than you did before and want to keep it like this.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, that's a great word for me to hear that. Yes, there was such enthusiasm. Fills me full of hope for the bedroom. Come and have a look at it.
Great.
Frank and Gary left us with a lot of work to do in the bedroom. We were knee-deep in dirty laundry in a room that hadn't been properly cleaned in years.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wicked. Oh, look at the curtains.
Yeah, I know, it's really, really nice.
Oh, the light.
Yeah. Is this the same room we left this morning?
Now, what Kevin's done is he's picked up the actual 60s feel in the room, and although probably before you kind of didn't like your built-in storage units, your wardrobes, he's actually picked that up, and that's now a real trendy part of the room. The orange in the wood is picked up with a cherry veneer here on your headboard, and then on the wall, nice neutral tones.
Yeah.
As you said, your light, your mirror. It's got a real 60s contemporary feel.
I just can't believe it. It's so different.
What does it feel like? Do you like it?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Does it feel like you?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So you've still got like all the aspects of your room, but a definite sleeping area now.
Yes.
Definite work area.
Definite work area, yeah.
And then all your built-in storage.
Great. Superb. It's gorgeous.
And it's really nice.
Are you lost for words?
Yes. You'll have a try now. It's really nice. I just can't get over it.
And what have you got to say to Helen? Because she's a star, isn't she?
Oh, yes,
A mum in a million.
Definitely is. Oh, he's going to cry. I knew it. Well, come on, let her go then. Let's fight go now.
Oh, he's crying. I knew it.
Oh.
So you're happy? You like it? Yeah.
I can't believe how different it is.
Oh no, Frank! What are you? Don't you start. Oh, you'll set us all off.
Yeah, no.
Oh no, you've only got two, Gary. As long as you like it, and as long as
thank
you
you very much.
really
It's great.
appreciate it.
It's great.
Oh,
Superb. Thanks a lot.
it's a real pleasure.
Yeah, it is.
If you find your partner isn't pulling their weight with the housework, here are Houses Behaving Badly's 3 golden rules to make your own life a little easier. Don't clear up after your partner. Leave their clothes lying around. They'll soon get the message when they've nothing to wear. Adopt a two-handed approach to cleaning and you'll drastically cut down your work time. Devise a rota to encourage your partner to do their fair share of the housework, and one which divides the workload fairly. We're returning to Frank and Gary's to see if Frank has finally started to help Gary with the housework.
Hello again, come on in.
In the house since the team have left, everything's changed so much. We're always more careful now, especially Frank. He's a little bit more aware of things laying on the floor now. Still has to be reminded sometimes to pick one or two bits up, but I can see on his face every time he goes into the bedroom that he's really impressed with the bedroom.
It's cleanliness for me now. I take much more pride in my appearance and, a lot more pride in my home. So it's not always dirty and thing, and I like to think that it will be kept clean and tidy at all times. Not that I'm ever going to expect royalty, but I'd like it to be kept clean.
Well, the bathroom is absolutely tremendous. I didn't know that so much work could be done in one day. We've got a nice new shower curtain. The bath looks as if it's brand new, and all the other bits and bobs in the bathroom makes it really look really nice and really warm.
Every house is kind of dirty in a way, but I'd like to think now that I can keep it clean and tidy.